Hi, so in today's video I wanted to share a command line tool that I wrote that basically allows you to rename files such that they're numbered with leading zeros so they always sort in the correct order. So like let me just show you what I mean. It will probably make more sense if I just show you. So yeah, the utility is called fixed digits, and I wrote a man page for it. So I'll open it up, and over here I have an example. So basically, if you have a bunch of files somewhere that are numbered without leading zeros, like this, it can transform, it can rename them so that the leading zeros are added automatically. And the reason why you might want to do that, well, you probably kind of already get it without me explaining it, but let me just show you what I mean. So I'll just create like a test directory here and change to it, and I'll create a bunch of test files. So let's just create like first 1 to 10 dash, and I'll just use this same sort of like placeholders as in the man page, so like name.ext for extension. So this will create 10 new files, and as you can see, when I typed ls, the way they're sorted by default is not in the order that you would kind of normally think of. It sorts them kind of alphabetically, and because like basically just like this is like the sort order that comes by default. Usually you can type ls-v and that will kind of fix it, but sometimes it's I find it's much easier to have them numbered with the leading zero so they always show up correctly. So basically, so that, yeah, this is what this utility is for. So let me try renaming those files. So look, if I run fixed digits in this directory, I believe, yeah, it will. So by default, it only simulates the renaming. It will highlight the zeros that will be added here, and it will also highlight in this darker gray the numbers themselves. And I'll show you how you can like give it a specify which part of the file name it should be renaming. But basically, the default is when you have a number at the beginning of the file name followed by a dash. That's what it works with by default. So, but let's just finish this example. So basically, at first it simulates the output so that you can check that everything is correct. So right now it's still the same. Nothing has been renamed. But if you type -r or -- rename, that does the actual renaming. And so now if I type ls, you can see that all the files have been renamed. And obviously you can have more files than just 10 on them. So let me delete all of these, and I'll create I don't know, let me create like 1,000 files. So here we go. Now we have 1,000 files, and as you can see, like the order is even messier than the first example. So we can run the same commands, and here it simulated everything. You can check what it will do once you run it for real. And let's run it for real now, and here we go. It's renaming, and it's done, and now everything is fixed. So yeah, this is kind of the idea of this tool. So let's see, what should I explain next? So yeah, there's like some minor options here that like you can disable color, and yeah, like basically there's not a lot of options in this utility. Like the other kind of two that you need to know to be able to use it is these ones, B and A, or before and after. And so so let's see, I have all these like 1,000 files here. I'll delete all of that. So let's create a different example. Maybe we had files that were, instead of having a number at the beginning of the file name, maybe they had it somewhere like in the middle, or like in this case it's right before the extension, but it doesn't matter that there's a dot there. So like all the entire file name is treated just as a single string. So extension is just because it's kind of used in file names, but for this utility it doesn't matter. So basically what we have here practically is that like the numbers are somewhere in the middle. And let me kind of create, let's create 100 of them. And so here's the what we get. So let's say we want to rename these and make them have leading zeros before all the numbers. So if I type if I run fixed digits as it is, it won't be able to do anything, because the default setting is to look for the number at the beginning of the file name followed by a hyphen. So let me now explain how you can kind of define it if the number is somewhere else in the file name. So you need to use regular expressions for it, and the regular expressions that are used are of the type that that Bash uses, I believe. I wrote this a while ago. Let me just check. I wrote it down here somewhere. Yeah, like as used in Bash. So like in Bash, you can have, like, for example, you can use like regular expressions in conditional statements. So those are the ones. So like if you have like a variable here, then you type equal sign tilde, and then you can have your regex here. So this is those are the regular expressions that the script uses. It just runs it with in like everything is done in Bash basically. So that's that. So that's the flavor of regular expressions. I hope this makes sense to you. If you're not familiar with Bash's regular expressions, or like any kind of regular expressions for that matter, I would like encourage you to just Google or like search on YouTube for some tutorials on them. There are different flavors of them. Like for example, I don't know, like JavaScript uses a certain kind of regular expressions, and like in Bash, there's again like a different. They call them flavors or like versions of them, but they use similar principles. And so like once you get the general kind of flow of how to work with them, learning different flavors is not that complicated. And I also have a link over here in the man page, this one, which you can check out as well. And this is the official documentation for Bash's regular expressions, like the variety of regular expressions that Bash uses. They're called POSIX regular expressions. POSIX, actually, yeah, extended regular expressions more specifically. Here it says that POSIX extended regular expressions. So that's the flavor of regex that we're using here. But I'm kind of dwelling on this probably too much. Let me go get back to our example. So we want to rename all of these files. So the default value is this. So like in regex, this means the beginning of the line, and so now we need to match this number over here. So Well, since all files begin with name, I can just go, I mean, yeah, I can say beginning of the line name dash. So that's gonna be our part of the file name that it should match before the number. And then the dash A option after, same kind of regular expressions, but for the end of the line. The default value here is this. So basically this means dash, then followed by any number of any character until the end of the line. So the $sign stands for the end of the line. So that's as much as I can explain when it comes to regular expressions in this video, because it's not a regular expressions tutorial. But basically, yeah. So in this case, what we can do is very simply, since every file ends at .ext, we need to just specify that. So I will escape the dot because that's a special character. Like over here, it means any character. So like for it to mean the literal dot, I'll have to escape it, and then ext and the end of the line. So now if I run it, it simulates everything correctly, and I can run it for real, and the renaming has been done, as you can see. So yeah, this is fixed digits. I hope you find this tool valuable. I often run into situations where kind of it can be handy to just quickly fix the numbers and file names in this fashion, so that everything always sorts correctly, no matter how without you having to specify any specific sorting algorithm. Yeah, so that everything's always in order. So yeah, this is basically it. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video valuable, and I'll see you in the next one.